are you doing today? My eyes look a little bit on the red side. They're dry, got crusties in them. Don't understand that. No, I guess they call it dry eyes, but maybe not, because it indicates tears, right? I mean, the salt from your liquid in your eyes. What would that be called? Anyway, this is Lou. It is the morning of, I'm not even sure. Let's see, the 28th. I took off my glasses, so I can't see very well. I just wanted to talk to you guys for a minute. I don't know why. You guys know about Indeed? Indeed. I don't know what else you would add to it. Indeed.com, I think you can get it online. Anyway, it's a place for employers and employees to meet up. And I'd be looking for a job. Don't really want to. However, sometimes it's so much easier to go to work and make some money. I stayed home in the beginning of my adulthood I didn't stay home, I went out and I worked. I worked 6 days a week in a factory for 5 years. But see, the end thing was I was just working until I had a child, okay? So 5 years down the road, I get pregnant. Before she was born, a month before she was born, I quit my job. I was offered a promotion, but I let someone else have it because I was going to be at home with my baby. I was going to be a mama, okay? That was the plan. So I gave up that promotion. And after I quit and gave up the promotion, I found out I was getting a divorce. All of a sudden, my dreams are shattered. Not only that, my life was shattered. And my daughter's life, too. Okay, those are not what I was going to say on here, so I just will have to get off that track. But I'm just saying, man, things you do affect people. It's better to give them a little bit of pain by breaking up with them before you marry them and you have a life and then a child. And then you leave. How stupid, man. So I'm telling you, people out there who are facing these things, you know, it's better to give someone a little bit of pain and say, I don't love you, than to mess them up for real. But anyway, the point was, after that, I quit work to be home with my baby, be a mama. So I had to go back to work. And I also gave up my house and my land and horses and truck and camper to a man that left me for another woman when I'm pregnant with his child. So I go out into the world, me and my baby, to live in an apartment, to not have any help. Can't really call it help what I got. What a stupid person I was, because I didn't get a lawyer and I didn't fight for my rights, okay? So you people out there facing divorce and you're all caught up in your little heart thinking, oh, I've got to treat him just right because he'll come back. Forget it, baby. Take care of yourself. Take care of your children. Meaning financial wise. It's amazing that I made it. I can't believe I did. So anyway, I was trying to go through what Indeed is. Indeed is a place to find a job and also find employees. And I find that at 70 years old, I need to find a job. Tripping. It's just really tripping. However, I was just writing down, I found a job that I probably could do. I don't know if they would accept me. And I would have to do a few things to get ready for it. One, having a professional wardrobe. I don't have that. I don't have much of anything. I have skills. I have a lot of skills. Not that I want to go out and do a mundane job. I do want to go out and be around people, though. So if I could get a job that would give me all the different things I need, then it wouldn't be so bad. And yes, I have to give them what they need. But I am good. I'm very good. And I was an executive assistant to my Papa Bear. And that's harder than being an executive assistant to someone else. Anyway, I can do all kinds of things. But getting the right person to hire me, that's another story too. And thank you, Papa Bear. I know he'll never see my stuff. He only sees it or hears it by accident. And I'm not around for me to share anymore. So he did afford me the opportunity to put my skills to work, okay? I did go to school. I went to Trent Business College. I took a secretarial course. It was a 6-month course. I did it in 4. And the reason I did it in that length of time is because I started 2 months late, okay? Later than everybody else. So they already had 2 months under their belt. And I took classes. I must have took classes after school too, because I had to take all those classes, all the ones I'd already missed. And I did Business English 1 and Business English 2 at the same time. And I got 100%. And then there was a contest between the whole school where you were tested for your skills, okay? Like all the different things that you need to become an executive assistant, a secretary, but more than a secretary, okay? One who is above. This contest, I didn't realize, we had our own little group, okay? I went through a CETA group, which is somebody who's helping, a program that's helping single moms and low-income people to try to find a job, to become qualified for a job. So, what was the point of that? Okay, so this test, it was like going into the office, and they gave you all the stuff you had to do, okay? So they graded you on spelling, vocabulary, grammar, punctuation. Had to take a rough draft copy and make it into a professional copy. Perfect. It didn't have to be perfect. You got minuses if it wasn't, but mine was perfect, okay? Because perfection is my middle name too. It can be a problem, but it's also a very good thing. I pay attention to details. I'm very detail-oriented. I drive people crazy sometimes, but in a particular job like that, that's a good skill. Anyway, so I'm trying to remember what all would you be tested for. So all those things I just told you, like they gave us something we had to type up. And then, so all those things come into play within that paperwork. It has to be perfect type of thing. Let's see. So, math. I had already taken a course over at Clark College in algebra, so I didn't have a problem with math. But anyway, the point is, out of the whole entire school, we were all given the same stuff to do. And I'm not the fastest typist, okay? But I'm perfect. I know immediately when I've made a mistake and I fix it. But these days you've got word processing that helps that even better, because it will help you know if you made a mistake. You know, that correcto thing, I hate that thing. I like that thing, but I don't like that thing because it keeps changing my words and stuff like that. So let's see. You go into the office and you got to take care of all kinds of things, but I can't remember everything right now. But the most important was, the math and the English and the typing and the communication skills and the public communication skills falls into that, public relations, All I know is what I'm trying to say is, out of the whole school, I got second place. That's a trip. That was a trip to me because I didn't expect that. And then the next day, or the day that because I hadn't learned this yet, okay? And my boyfriend's leaving. And so the night before I'm supposed to come in to school, I got drunk. And so then I have a hangover, but I still made it to school. I was late. I can never do anything just quite right. But I did make it. And of course, there's my boyfriend leaving. I'm not going to ever see him again. Or if I do, it's going to be a long time. He's going away. And I get to school, and I get chastised because I'm late. And then I get chastised because I got second place in the whole school, and I was not there to be presented. I didn't know I had won anything, and you're only winning the second place, in the recognition. But the point is, my teacher was so mad. So what was supposed to be a great thing, getting that particular placement of second place, instead of that being a great thing, it was a rotten thing because I was late. So yeah, being on time is a good thing. But damn it, something always happens in my life, when your guy is leaving. And even though you weren't totally in love, you were kind of, sort of, anyway, it was devastating. It was stupidity, but, it was part of those things. Anyway, so what was the point? The point was, okay, Indeed, I already told you, they find people for jobs, okay, employers for employees, et cetera, et cetera. So I got on there today because it's evident that I need to make some money. And one of the jobs that popped up, I haven't done everything I need to do, but one of the jobs that popped up I could do if they could accept a couple of things. It is probably not that easy. I don't know how to say my words right. Back when COVID was going on and something was going on anyway, people were paid to stay home, basically. So there were jobs out there for everybody, looking for somebody, anybody, so you didn't really have to be totally qualified to get it. There's a thing to be said for on-the-job training, and that's what I would need. I need a professional wardrobe, which once upon a time I did have. And I do have some. I just have to make some alterations. I got my sewing machine, and I can do that to get the stuff I need. My sister, Teresa, gave me some outfits, but they're way too big. They were too big for her, that's why she gave them to me. Plus, we were trying to eliminate clothes at my dad's house. We were trying to go through our stuff and donate and stuff. So anyway, I do have some clothes that I can alter. And then what was the other thing that was wrong? Okay. And I think I still can do it. They're talking about the word processing deal. Okay, word perfect. And if a person, I'm teachable, and I've done it. I just need a little help from my friends. No. If they could not find somebody, and if they gave me a chance to tell them about me, then I'd be a good candidate for their job. But really, I'm not sure what I want to do. I want a job, but I don't want to be totally tied down. But if I'm going to work, I want to make good money. And I still have all these things I need to do. I need to go take care of. So I know it seems silly. Plus, any cancer doctor appointments and treatments will be during the day. And this is a full-time position. But I went ahead and sent a thing that said I'm applying. Yeah, I know. I'm silly. So silly. But it would be. I've never made good money, ever. So wouldn't that be a trip to make good money? And if I could have fun on my job, that would be the icing on the cake. I don't want much, do I? Really what I want is a 3/4 time job, not a full-time job. I want to have time for me too, and I need to enjoy my job. And if it involves talking to people and stuff, I can do that. So what was it? It just crossed my mind and went away. It's amazing how fast, these fleeting thoughts, they just go flying through my head. I said 3/4 of a job. Okay, so this particular job, they want full-time. That's 40 hours a week. Perfect hours, probably 8 to 5. It's 8 hours a day is the point. I don't know what those hours are. Oh, one thing, they said you had to be punctual. I've always had a problem with that, but I think I could change that. You learn over the years, what is it that you're doing wrong? Okay, so what it is I did not plan on being there early. You have to plan on being there early, and then you might make it on time. Oh, I'm a mess. Being a mess is a character in my book. It doesn't mean that you're all messy. Although, I got a fella out there who's looking pretty messy sometimes. Crack me up. Anyway, yes, myself, I have problems. I am no perfect individual whatsoever. I am really good. I'm really good at some things. It's kind of like a lot of things. You got to take the bad with the good. I am good at most everything, but I was always late. And then the other thing is, I stay late, okay? I'm a dedicated worker, and when I start something, I finish it, and I would stay late every day, giving my all to the company, or to my dad. But everything I've ever done. I don't stay late just because I was late. I just stay late because I'm dedicated. That's the word. So, yes, the thought, excuse me, I had to burp. The thought of making money, actual money, was very tempting. So, those things that I do wrong, I'll have to not do. But the first thing you got to do is get the job. And I don't expect to get the job. And no, I'm not putting that out there so that I won't get the job. I'm just telling the truth. If there are plenty of applicants, then I won't get the job. Unless nobody's qualified. Because I read over the things they want. You have to be punctual. Well, I can make myself be punctual because I've learned why I wasn't. Because I never prepared for anything to go wrong, and I would cut it to the minute. So no, you can't do that. You need to plan on being early. So that's what I got to do. And then I've got to look for a job that suits me. It just depends on how many jobs there are out there, because if there are not very many jobs and you need a job, then you're the one who's going to have to fix things. I don't know. Very, 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 very tempting. Like this one job I'm talking about, it's accounts receivable and accounts payable. Well, I did that. I did that for 7 years. I wrote $30,000 worth of checks every month to pay bills. And then I paid for the propane that we sold. I ordered it and I paid for it. And I would get very nervous about that because we cut it so close. I mean, we hardly made anything off of our money because we had to compete with so many things. I could list a whole lot of things. They really were against us being there. And in a small town, there is a lot of, just like in school, cliques. They help each other out, and they don't help you out. They steal from you. That is what happened. It is. You people in Perryton, you're probably dead by now. But I'm talking about the owner of a certain company who went out and filled our tanks against the law. You know that? To go out and fill someone else's tank up with propane against the law. And you did that over and over and over again because we didn't know any better. We didn't know what you were doing. We did not know where all our tanks were. There was a lot of shenanigans against us. It's amazing we made it. I worked for him 7 years, so I guess that's how long the propane company was together before we sold it. I mean, under us. We sold it to somebody else. I was so relieved. So relieved. But in that transition, after they bought it, and I was talking to the guy who came over and took management place over there, he told me. I don't have to guess. He frickin' told me. Oh, there's another one of them Smith tanks we filled. I wish I'd have had that on tape and wish I knew what to do about it because I could have sued the fire out of those people. Totally against the law. Assholes. Yes, I said it. Because it made it hard for us. A lot of things made it hard for us to survive. But we did. Anyway, I just wanted to say hey for a minute. And I got carried away. Okay, so I started out telling you about Indeed. Then I went back and told you my schooling. But the deal is this job is for an accounts receivable, accounts payable person. And I can do that. So it's the micro word or something like that. I know that I can do that too, but I would probably have to be shown a little bit. But I work on the computer, and I know how to make documents and stuff, but it's been a long time since I actually worked on a computer. I work on my iPad. So I don't know. I know that I need a job. I want to be proficient at it. I want to enjoy it. And if I can make some really good money, I don't mind working from home. But then there you are. What are you doing? Are you answering the phone? Are you... In some of my jobs, I was an answering service, okay? So I know how to answer the phone, take messages. I know how to type. Perfect, I might add. Just not real fast. But I am detail-oriented, and I don't need someone right there with me. Once I know what I'm doing, you can feel confident to leave me alone and take care of business, okay? I did that for my dad. 7 years. So anyway, that's enough of that. The point is, you guys, if you're looking for a job, look up Indeed.com and sign up. Tell them what you're skilled at. I mean, that's what I was involved doing. I've got to go back. I never can stay on one task. But I do need to go back and finish that. And what happened was, way long time ago, 2 years ago, I was checking into a job with a dispensary. Can't believe it's been 2 years already. Gosh. So the point is, okay, I found out about this job with a dispensary, and I called them and talked to them and stuff, and they said I needed to go through Indeed, INDEED.com, okay? So I did, but going through that, I don't think it's just state jobs. I know it's not. It's just jobs. But they have a category for Washington State, and so I think it's everywhere, because I was in Colorado, and I did do that, and then I got a letter from them, and I've gotten emails from other places all over the state of Colorado. People who had been looking at my resume and thinking that I would qualify for their job. Was I interested? It's like, wow. So now I'm up in Washington, and Indeed's up here too, so I'm sure it must be the whole United States. That's really nice, because I've received several deals. It's just my life wasn't in a place where I could do that. And that whole time I was with Dad, I found a job that I could have probably gotten. It was just working for Goodwill, but it was $16 an hour. And but he said, no, you have a job already, taking care of me. But there was no pay there, okay? I did get to live there, but I really didn't get to have freedom there, okay? I didn't have a car to just get up and go when I wanted to, and that was a no-no. I mean, that was Dad's car and Dad's house. But in order to go out and get a job where I wouldn't have been poverty-stricken, he wouldn't let me borrow his car. He let everybody else borrow his car, before I came along. What happened is, there were kids around, and kids got in accidents. And then he got probably in trouble with his insurance, and he was too afraid. It's like a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old, whatever age, a young person got in an accident, totaled his car. And who's paying for it? Me. I was 69 and I couldn't drive the car. I've been driving over 50 years and I couldn't take the car. I mean, he did let me take it once to go across the state. I was totally shocked because I had a gathering I had a gathering where I was going to be the person talking at this meeting. And it was my cousin's meeting, meaning my dad's sister's daughter put a meeting together. She has a group called, no, I'll probably say it wrong. I want to say Women with Wealth. It's a sip. We did a sip and paint. But at their meetings, they do drink wine and discuss things, and all these women have businesses, and they share their product and talk about it and stuff, which I was going to share my product and talk about it. My magical healing ointment that I made, that I created. So anyway, the point is, Dad let me go. And not only did he let me go in his car, but he had it serviced, made sure everything was okay. And I'm not even sure if he didn't do something about tires, but maybe not. He got that car ready where I would be safe going across country and back. Country. It was basically 4 hours one way. And that's the same thing I have to do to go to my appointments for my cancer treatments, unless I get them done here, which I have made an appointment to see a doctor on this side where I'm at, and it's a woman. And then if they can get my treatment set up before the 23rd, or I need them on the 23rd, or 1 or 2 days around it. I'm only supposed to go 28 days, every 28 days. So anyway, I've told them, I set the appointment, and I've told them what I need, and then if I don't get in by the 23rd, I still have an appointment set up. I have to go across the state to get to. But at least it's in motion. So if I'm not able to have my cancer treatments here this coming time, I will be able to the next time. But I've told them the situation, so maybe they can, it's weird. Different places do things different. I know I'm skitting. But the point is, these people, knowing all the situations, should be able to go ahead and get me on the books, okay? Not stepping in line from somebody else, but start now. You have a whole month to get me in there. So the thing I was just saying is, in Colorado, when I had the problem with the diagnosis of cancer, okay, they were boom, boom, boom. They got me in here, there, and everywhere. And they did not wait to make the appointments. In other words, I got to wait until I actually see my new cancer doctor before they can go in and see if they can book me, which could be 3 or 4 weeks away. So why don't they go ahead and do that? I mean, a few reasons popped in my head, but it's still the same thing. These people in Colorado did. I mean, they got me in for everything I needed, and they already had it. They already had all my dates that I needed to be here and to be there. And even though I had to wait for the doctor's appointment, I didn't have to wait. You know what I'm saying? They made the doctor